Hey guys, Sunny here with some Heroes of the Storm action for you. I actually am going to show you one of my favorite ways to play Abathur. Tends to be a little bit different than a lot of ways I see him played, but I think it works out very, very well, and I find it extremely fun. So, more fun than anything else is what I like about it. It may not be the most effective way to play Abathur. What was that about? That was an interesting background noise. Sounded kind of like Tychus. So you see, I'm not exactly paying attention here. I think I was all tabbed out at the time, but I got back in right in time for the game to start. And we'll take a look at our level 1 talents from both teams. I'm actually going to pause it and introduce our teams, because I forgot to do that. Alright, on the red team we have Zagara, Vala, Tyrande, Tychus, and Abathur. And on the blue team we have Killian playing Malfurion, Hiss playing Jaina, Sin9 playing Sylvanas, Lunkus playing Nazeebo, and La Nut playing Tychus. Honestly, you probably never heard of any of these people because this is not a pro level game. So we're going to move forward now. And here we go. Bottom lane is pushing pretty well. Looks like Malfurion gets stunned and owled right in the face, but it is a 3v2 down here, so blue needs to back it on up, which they are doing quite nicely. Jaina coming forward. There, fires a little shot at Vala, slows her up just a tad. And here's Zagara versus Sylvanas in the mid lane. So, looks like we're just seeing pressure from both teams. Malfurion getting a little bit of damage. Tyrande gets rooted, but that's going to be a little bit off. Nazeebo wasn't up there to take advantage of that. If he had gotten a zombie wall down, looks like he might go down here. Grenade throws him forward right into Tychus, and Nazeebo goes down immediately. So that is the first kill of the game. Here's Vala taking a bit of damage here and there. I think she'll need to back up and use the well. That she does. And I believe Tychus has already used that well as well. Runs into the mines right there. Takes a bunch of damage. And Vala with the Abathur hat able to stay alive. She'll probably end up backing up to go home now. So that is 2-0 for my team. And we have a slight XP advantage going into this tribute, which should be spawning here in the next minute if we can hold on. So I'm actually complimenting Vala right there because she baited Tychus into my mines, and those did a decent amount of damage. She still did more damage than anything else. So I'm up here just to pick up some experience. Unfortunately, it looks like the red team has closed the gap on the blue team at this point. There's Tyrande moving forward. Maybe another owl. Does she have an owl? Oh, she misses right there. Tychus saying he 4 health. He got away with that right there. But oh, the root is going to make them both go down. At least Tyrande's going to go down. Tychus gets out of there with his dash. So being a little over aggressive has let red catch up. Just barely. Level 4 for both teams now. And at this point, we're going to start taking a look at my build. I have regenerative microbes. It's the first level one that restores health to members of your team when you put the shield on them. So there's Sylvanas moving forward up to the top to support her team. Jaina says she's on her way as well, and now we are going to have a bit of a showdown here. Looks like Tychus got revealed right there by the mine I put down. And there's that regenerative shield coming up. I put it up because I know that our support is Tyrande versus their support of Malfurion. Means that my team is going to be at a distinct disadvantage when it comes. Sylvanas gets shot while using her banshees to escape right there. There's Jaina trying to take an extra shot at somebody and not going to do it. She's going to go down. Zagara taking a little bit of damage from Tychus. Red team being very annoying with their poke here. Looks like Nazeebo goes down. That was on the bottom lane, I believe. So it is a 3-on-4 up here. And blue will secure that first tribute. Take a look at the next talent that I pick up for this build. It is the Sustained Carapace. Increases the duration of the Carapace and lets it persist after I have left. So I can pop on somebody, put a shield up on them like I am here on Tychus, and then if I leave, that shield will remain on Tychus for the full duration of its effect. Whereas before, if I had done that, the shield would have just been erased. The second that I took the hat off, you can see there his shield is still there, healing him up So I can be a lot more active on the map now. Looks like Tychus is being very, very aggressive. I don't know if this is going to end well for him, but it does end well for him. Takes out, oh, looks like Malfurion's going to go down here. Takes out Nazeebo in that fight. And it's going to be very, very close as to whether or not we can get that last shot from the hat. Takes him down. Unfortunately, Sylvanas is here in the mid. So now we have our third talent coming up in this build. And I'm going to get off Tychus so that we don't have that little epileptic shock going on down there. So here's Sin 9 coming forward, trying to escape. Probably will be able to. Indeed, they are able to. But the Banelings might come in there. Tyrande tries to fire off the shot. And this is actually a really good position for the red team. This is probably their strongest position on the map to take a tribute, because you can only come at it from two directions if you swing around here. But other than that, it is one direction. Looks like Vala getting into the enemy team, getting way too deep. She's gonna go down. Yep, there she goes. The Envenom finally kills her. And it looks like Tyranda's going to go down here, but no, she heals herself up just in time and prevents the majority of that damage that would have killed her. Tychus moving forward, trying to get a little bit of damage here and there. Red is fairly low at this point moving into this fight. And there's Nazeebo putting himself in a corner. I'm not really sure why he thought that was a good idea. Malfurion is back with full health now. We have a Tychus on Tychus fight. Misses, oh, dashes right out of the way of that owl at the last second. Sylvanas is actually back as well, but she's getting way too deep as well. So she will go down immediately, and here comes Malfurion forward. Gets blown up as well, and chasing Jaina right here. I feel like this is a bad idea. Indeed it was. But the stun from Vala, the stun from Tyrande and the multi-shot from Vala takes them out, and both Vala and Sylvanas survive. So I finally get the networked Carapace. It took me forever to pick that talent up. But this one is really, really nice because it gives the Carapace to all the minions around you, and with sustained Carapace plus regenerative microbes, makes for a very, very good push. You can see every one of these minions has a shield on, and my monstrosity almost died there immediately. That is my ultimate that I picked up. Ultimates for my team are Commandeer Odin, Starfall, Strafe, and Devouring Maw. So we have some good combos we could set up with if we get a Maw, we could put Starfall on it in addition to the Strafe damage and the Odin nuke once we hit level 20 with that. So there will be quite a few awesome combos that we can pull off. Potential combos at least. Looks like Sylvanas is staying up here to deal with the push from the monstrosity. This is actually a decent counter to Sylvanas, because while these minions do get disabled by Sylvanas, you can put the shield on them and make them survive much longer, and the monstrosity should be able to defeat the minion waves on its own as long as it has the other minions to tank for it most of the time. It looks like we have a big fight coming up here. The Odin is up, and level 11 for my team. There's Starfall coming out, and Nazeebo's coming forward. I actually burrowed in there and grabbed that tribute. I forgot about that. So burrowed in there and grabbed the tribute, and then I'm going to run while my team had them all. Looks like Zagara's going to go down. She overextends a little bit. No, the Maw keeps her alive. And if I had been paying attention here, I could hat one of these guys and kill Jaina. But that's okay. I'm busy dealing with my monstrosity up here. And this is why I love this build so much, because you can solo heroes in 1v1 situations. I'm not sure why she threw that arrow out there, because the abilities aren't actually on the monstrosity. They're on the hat, and you can't silence the hat unless you silence Abathur. There goes Malfurion down to Tychus as well, so it is 19-5 at this point. And we have a 3-level lead. There's Jaina trying to clean up some creep. And I'm not sure how that devouring arrow hit. That should not have hit her. Vala's running away here with a little bit of luck. She might be able to get a kill off. Her cooldowns come off here in just a second, but she doesn't need them as the auto attacks finish Jaina off no problem. So Tyrande and I have pushed way into the enemy base now. See if we take a look at my monstrosity. I believe it has 30 stacks now. You can see it does 300 damage and has 4,000 health at this point. And since my team does not have a tank, I am actually trying to fulfill that role with the monstrosity by controlling it and taking it to team fights. So we'll see if that ends up working out. My third one is the Soma Transformance. I get that to help heal the monstrosity. Basically, all of these talents are so that we can heal the monstrosity, and if it does get damaged, I can repair it relatively quickly and then take it back to a fight. So there is a lot of damage coming out of Zagara. That's who that is. I'm sorry. Not paying attention there for just a second. Looks like my team is pushing onto the bottom pretty well, and Zagara and I are also crashing down on this as well. So that bottom fort is probably toast. Furion coming forward to try and do a little bit of damage. But there's Jaina coming in behind the team, and this is never a good idea. Do not come in behind your enemies unless you know you have an initiation from from the front as well. There's the stun from Tyrande, and she will finish off Jaina there with one last auto attack. Tychus is going to go down. No, Tychus doesn't go down somehow. Well, finally does, but lasted far longer than I thought he would. That first aid doing a really good job of keeping him up. And if we take a look at our builds, everyone's going pretty much standard stuff. We have the Mule from Malfurion. Zagara, Reconstitution, and Venom Spines. Battle Momentum here is actually an interesting choice. Particularly because Zagara shouldn't be focused in team fights. But here we have a big fight coming up and a nice push from my team. You can see I'm just actually tanking a vast majority of this damage. The laser's just focused on the monstrosity this whole time and actually is unable to kill it or even really do half of its HP bar in damage. Zagara's way overstaying her welcome right there. She should have backed out a long time ago, and she will pay for that with her life. Maybe there we go. The Frostbolt finally takes her down. But now we have Sylvanas up here all alone, and my team just crashing on her hard. So that will... The arrow comes out, does a decent amount of damage to Tychus, but not quite enough. And this is one thing I really like to do with the monstrosity. I will warn you, you do need support from your team to do this, because they kind of... the monstrosity actually can't take these minions. It can fight them just fine, but once that circle comes up, the monstrosity can't take it. You'll see it counts as a minion, so your enemy heroes have to get, or your friendly heroes have to get on it. Now, if we finally take a look at my last ability here in this build, is the Adrenaline Boost. Gives the monstrosity, or gives movement speed to the target, or to the person you have symbioted with that shield up. Makes it nice for the monstrosity to get around the map. And not only that, but to be able to chase down enemy heroes and be very aggressive with it. See, at this point, it has 4,500 health and 350 damage per auto attack. So we have a big fight opening up here. Vala with her strafe moves in and does a ton of damage. Here's the monstrosity pushing forward along with the Odin. And Odin shielded like that is super fast. That was actually kind of hilarious to see. The enemy team is moving out of their safe zone, or at least potentially moving out of their safe zone. Vala moving back to get that tribute for my team, but we have a big fight opening up right here. And there's Tychus going down, maybe going down. Ma comes out, and if we can get a nice... Oh, the arrow comes up, but you see I did take Sylvanas out with the monstrosity. Zagara needs to run. Oh, the Ravaging Spirit on top of Zagara doesn't do nearly enough damage. And I need another shield here on my monstrosity, or it might go down. But there's Vala coming in from behind, and she's going to die. No! Tyrande keeps her alive. Nice stun right there, and we will be able to take out Tychus. And now maybe even Nazeebu's strafe comes in. It is back up. That is way fast. Now Furion going to go down here to most of the team, and it looks like Nazeebu should go down as well. So that's a 4-1 swing, well, 4-2 swing in all things considered. A 3 for none right here in the mid. So there's Sylvanas moving up to the top, trying to push back some of these minion waves. I'm trying to do some more minions with the monstrosity. Hopefully someone on my team comes over to help me out. So looks like Vala's on her way down. Both teams have their level 16 talents. You can see both Tychuses have gone almost the exact same build. The focused attack, really not that great of a talent. Vampiric Assault is much better if you want to go for more of a more lane pressure and more power for Malfurion. Or for Tychus, sorry, it's not Malfurion. whatsoever. Big fight coming in here for both teams. Starfall comes out and pushes the red team back, and that is going to be a free tribute for the blue team, although Zagara might go down. Will she? No. Does she get away? Oh, she does get away, or she does go down right there to the Envenom at the last second. Vala coming in off the edge, strafes forward and just does a ton of damage right there. Here's the Monstrosity moving forward. I let it push the lane by itself so I could try and get the hat to my teammates. But unfortunately, that was not quite enough, as we did come out a little bit for the worse in that. Tyke is coming forward here to try and deal with this push and the Monstrosity, and that will not happen as he evaporates immediately. So doing 380 damage with 5,000 health with the shield. I should have 5,000 health without the shield and about 5,500 with the shield. So I'm going to let the minions push that wave, and it looks like the bottom keep is going to go down as well. My team is level 20, so we should be picking up our talents right there. And I'm still working on figuring out what this talent, which talent is the best here. I typically pick up Hive Mind, but the problem with Hive Mind is if you Hive Mind your Monstrosity, it doesn't actually... the Hive Mind doesn't work, and it doesn't go towards an enemy hero, or a friendly hero, so you don't have two of them. So you have to kind of abandon the control of your Monstrosity in the team fights. So I'm thinking about maybe using the Deep Tunnel for the Monstrosity. I just don't know if... I guess that does give it quite a bit of mobility, but at the same time, it's not that great. It looks like Vala making the mistake of face-checking a bush. She's not going to be able to get away. Oh, she will with the Tyrande. With the Tyrande heal, Vala manages to get back. I should probably be hatting my team here to help them out, but it looks like the Starfall will go forward and help zone the enemy team out here. Nice stun on Nazeebu, but we have the Draken laser drill coming out. So Artychus's different ultis. I actually prefer the laser drill, all things considered, because while the Odin does give you a increased bit of survivability, it is also very, very difficult to engage the enemy because they're just going to run. Same thing happens with the laser, but once you get that level 20 upgrade for it, the range on the laser is absolutely huge. Looks like my team is engaging here. The nuke from the Odin coming down, and there's... oh, bye-bye to Jaina. Tyrande saying no, her Heroes of the Storm. So there, we did take their boss. And here, once again, using the Monstrosity actively, taking Merc camps with it. I wish Blizzard would change it so that it would have the same footprint as a hero. That way it would give that way you would be able to take Merc camps with it. So here we have a Tychus duel versus a Tychus duel, and Tychus kind of cheated right there. Vala came in, helped him out. So Malfurion is saying he's on his way up there, and now we have a big push coming up the mid with that with the Monstrosity. And I don't think anyone's even going to go for this. Sylvanas misses her shot there, but there's the Monstrosity moving in along with Zagara's backup to get that kill. Oh, there's Sylvanas using her Banshees to get into the fountain, trying to keep herself safe. And with the boss wailing on the core here, this is probably going to be the end of the game. Vala's going to go down. No, Vala! Whoa, Jaina getting a little aggressive right there. I'm not sure why she decided to blink out or thought that was in any way a good idea. But the core's down to 20% now, and that should be the end of the game. Zagara goes down as well. Tychus Odin coming in and getting actually kind of killed. He shouldn't have transformed that close to the fight. It allowed the Ravaging Spirit to get on top of him and to do that much damage. But like I said, I really like this build with Abathur because you can use the Monstrosity as a tank if your team doesn't have one. It does lack a bit of initiation, so you're going to have to get that from other parts of your team. But it does have a decent HP. You can see my Monstrosity had over 5,400 health, did over 400 damage, making it extremely effective at being a tank. And this, just go with your Carapace builds to heal up. I did this partially because my team lacked a true support. We had Tyrande, and the enemy team had Malfurion, so that is not a fair fight. But the other reason I did it was to keep my monstrosity alive. That monstrosity at the end of the game was the one that I summoned at the very beginning. So stayed alive. Once you have those 30 stacks of minion kills, it has tons and tons of health and tons of damage. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. And like I said, I'm still trying to figure out which level 20 talent to use. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later.